Hello everyone, welcome back to a Berserk chapter review, and today's video is going to be delivered slightly differently. I've picked up a few tips from a good friend called Hadragon. Check him out if you like Hunter x Hunter content. He's really good and underrated, and basically I'm just going to be going with notes and offhand, just without a script, because I've realized that usually my videos are a bit mechanical, robotic type of thing, so this one should be a bit more flowing or more human, I guess. So the cover of the chapter is a very ghostly looking apparition as Rakshas towers over Salat, and it's called the Invited Assassin, which is slightly odd given the context, which will be revealed later on. And we jump straight into a recap panel, which I think is kind of a waste of time considering how recent the previous chapter was, but oh well, it doesn't really matter. Rakshas sprouts up in front of the Kushan forces, looking very thin, and I must say that I really love the tentacle-like tendrils that he sprouts, and pretty much everyone freaks out looking at him, thinking he's a spectre. However, a very odd and unexpected twist happens next, as Rakshas doesn't know what he's doing here. He thinks he should be in the Falcon City, however he finds himself in the heart of the Kushan Empire. Now, previously I thought, or at least I thought the general consensus was that he was sent here to attack, to infiltrate in a premeditated assault. However, this internal thought process of Rakshas gives us a new sense of mystery, as he claims that back then he died. Now, I thought that he did survive and was just greatly wounded by Rickard's missile. However, Rakshas thinks he died, seemingly unaware of why he is here. So this power of his is now shrouded in even more mystery. Maybe he attached himself onto someone long ago that acted like a backup if he was killed, sort of something out of Rick and Morty or something like that. However, he screams for everyone to be quiet as he basks in his own confusion. However, Salat gives him no time to gather his thoughts, and his troops, who are disguised as servants, instantly disarm him, cutting his talons right off. The new Kushan Emperor is quickly evacuated, and Salat prepares for battle. I always have loved Salat's design. I think I've said this before, but he just looks so cool. However, Daiba the Wise Wizard is correct in his assumption that Rakshas would absolutely demolish everyone here, despite being outnumbered, and he actually pulls a cell and regrows his talons easily.
Stop laughing! You're a fool.
Terrifyingly next, the astral gates open, and I dead-ass thought Griffith was gonna pull up here. However, it seems just to be Cliploth getting reopened again and spawning the trolls that, well, did we really need them back? They were a subject of a lot of controversy, and I'm not really sure we needed to see them return, but I guess they are demons and it makes sense for them to be around, poking their heads out of the bubbling water or blood. I'm not quite sure what that is, as the oblivious Kushan citizens walk around and are unfortunately subject to a grotesque manner of massacre. The trolls are always disgustingly drawn, and once again Studio Gaga has done some incredible art for this chapter, and we cut away knowing that the fate of the Kushan citizens is nothing short of horrific. Farnese is still running, which is kind of annoying for the pacing. I was hoping she'd at least have arrived at her destination by now, considering there was quite a lot of stuff that went on after she took off. But the pacing has been a bit off for this chapter, and it's not like I'm hating. Like I will be forever grateful that we're getting chapters, but sometimes I wish they got to the point a little bit quicker, but it's okay. I don't like how Serpico jumped in and saved the day. It sort of undermines Farnese's power and growth as a character and ability to cope with herself. Plus, she left the room in a hurry and Serpico's literally on the floor, so I'm not sure how he caught up, but maybe he flew there considering he has the wind glyphs. He has the wind things. But yeah, I would have preferred Farnese to deal with the trolls herself, as this sort of took us back to when she was pretty unable to defend herself, which funnily enough was in Cliploth, where she had the dagger and was cowering like a child to the trolls. The two identify that the trolls they are facing are different, such as the Uruk-hai orcs and Mordor orcs in Lord of the Rings, two different forms of the same disgusting beast. but they do realize that Qliphoth domain is manifesting. Daiba speculates that this is the work of a darker force, not just Rakshas, maybe Griffith or the God Hand, potentially even Slan, considering her involvement in the last Qliphoth opening. But one thing is for sure, that this is not good. We see some remains of Kushan forces, and Jesus Christ, this gore is really stepping up. Recently it's been terrifyingly bad, and I absolutely love it. The thoughts of Daiba are playing as we shoot across the different battlefields, now forming with the mages. Rickert, who is absolutely screwed here by the way, he's got a pussy behind him and a sword with no magical powers, facing demonically strong, lustful forces like trolls. We flash to Isidro, who is, as always, a bit clueless. And then we flick to Morda, who I've already given my opinions on, and how she clearly is just a sex symbol that doesn't really provide much for the story. And for the Gunas that are reading this chapter, this will be an incredible highlight for them. Shirke is the deepest sleeper I've ever witnessed, and I don't think she's even going to wake up from her emote during this conflict, because even she can't hear the elephants absolutely demolishing the building from below. Their wild nature causing another layer of chaos onto the scene. Rakshas is in the back muttering to himself that this will do, and we don't actually know what he's talking about, but obviously it implies a sense of incoming doom. Silat has a bit of a guts moment, screaming Rakshas' name as he's charging to him, and the two clash, or are about to, before we get a classical cutaway to Guts, who has been once again shoehorned into the chapter right at the very end. It's getting a bit on my nerves now how they're just pushing Guts into the final few bits of the chapter to build hype, as he really isn't in the mood to be doing anything like fighting. And even last chapter I thought that he would be getting out, but no, he's just shown with another face of despair and just tired exhaustion. So hopefully he does eventually get up, but it's becoming a bit of a pattern now where they just put him in at the very end. And that's where the chapter finishes. This chapter was shrouded in a lot of mystery, unknown, breakouts, and the ominous presence of Griffith approaching. Even if it's not stated directly, the implications of Daiba and Rakshas sort of point towards that incoming, army. And should Griffith arrive, it will be a completely easy task to wipe out the entire Kushan forces, which we might get if we ever stop with this One Piece ass pacing, man. Nah, I'm just kidding. But not as good as the last chapter. Still a good chapter. Glad that we're still getting chapters, so that's all that really matters. Now, I know that I have been doing a few too many chapter reviews without actual videos intertwined, so the next video will 100% be a Berserk video, and I think I'm going to be doing it on Griffith's monster trio in Irvine, Locus, and Grumbeld, so be sure to stick around for that one. But until then, like and subscribe, have a nice day, and peace out.